What's good, family? It's your brother Larshay. This video is going to be about manifesting and energy in the subconscious and how your subconscious is supposed to be operating at peak even while you're awake. That dream state should not be dormant while you are awake. Now, it should override your conscious state while you are going to sleep. But do not get it twisted. It is supposed to be open, up, running at full peak even while you are awake. It is a 24-hour, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 52 months out of the year. Okay? 10 years out of a decade. Non-stop. Repetitive, consistent, infinite action that should always be taking place. Period. Period. Now, within speaking on the subconscious, always taking place, and speaking on manifesting things, there are skills that need to be developed. You have to hone those things. You have to hone the subconscious and the idea of manifesting things. You have to put work into it and gain a proper work ethic for you to build it up and get it to the peak level for the time being, so when it's time for you to upgrade and level up again, you will be able to do so. That means you need to leave a lot of things behind. You have to stop operating using certain things and certain methods that have helped you to be in the situation that you have been stuck in. You need to stop doing a lot of things that you have been very, very comfortable with. It is time for you to be uncomfortable with yourself. It is time for you to stop getting upset with the people that make you uncomfortable when they point out some very valid key things that would change the ramifications and your situations. You have to stop being emotionally hurt to the degree that you negate everything they're saying to call the messenger a motherfucker. You have to look within self. You have to dig deep enough to say, I have enough control over myself personally to say, I am going to go the higher route. Not even just the higher route. You can get to the point, if you practice it enough, and begin to gain the ideas and the notions of going the highest route and perfecting that to many, many degrees, and exalting that for most occasions. You can make that your habit, but you have to want it. You have to work for it. So we talk about how people make us angry a lot. That's a choice to be angry. If this person is not putting your life or your family members' lives in jeopardy, i.e. stopping you from working, trying to kill you, rape you, anything to threaten your livelihood. If they are not doing this, then you have the ability and you should want to take the highest route possible. You have the chance to say, this is not going to bother me like that because they are not threatening my life. They are telling me their view, and I am going to tell them my view, and we're going to leave it at that. You know, conversation-wise, we are not going to take it there. You have that ability. This is about controlling oneself to be able to step up to the level of learning the next step. Because the next step is not the end. The next step is nowhere near the end. But you have to know the steps in order. This is not something that you can switch the order around. This is something where you need to manifest these things in the proper guideline, context, and order and curriculum for you to be able to achieve what is to come from this. Not just portions of it, but everything. It was built for you to follow the guidelines. Just bottom line. Fuck being grown and being able to do what you want to do. Do that after you get these particular things done. That's why it's called a basis, a standard, a structure, a foundation, a guideline. That's why it is a requirement, mandatory things. That's why they give it these titles. Yes, we understand free will. That is not part of this. That is part of some other organization, some other village, some other construct. Nothing to do with African melanated peoples. Nothing to do with us. But we follow it because we say, hey, we're grown and we can do what we want to do. Technically, you can. The free will lets you do so. But to be part of the family and the construct, you have to follow the guidelines. That's just the bottom line. The shit is mandatory, family. How's the next person supposed to even give you the trust that the other person deserves when the other person is showing them the things that they're trustworthy for? When the other person is behaving in a proper way and manner to receive the trust, why should you receive it and that person not? Why should you feel comfortable splitting up the village and letting that happen? Why should you feel comfortable letting somebody decide to trust you, knowing that damn well you have fucked up intentions and this other person studied and put their heart and soul and effort and life into it? How could you be comfortable? Family, accountability is very, very necessary. Period. We need to bring this upon ourselves. And guess what? Guess what? The great things that happen once we bring accountability upon ourselves, guess what else happens for us? We won't have to face the violence from the different law enforcement groups. We won't have to deal with the prison rates skyrocketing as so. We will not have to deal with lack of being educated. We will not have to deal with poverty. We will not have to deal with homelessness. We will not have to deal with those things and many more. Abortion rates skyrocketed. We won't have to deal with drugs overtaking our communities or anything like that, because those things will be non-factors once we have certain mindsets. Once you have a certain mindset, you won't even have time for those things. And if you do those things, it will be extracurricular. And your extracurricular will not manifest in your life more so than you having real duties to do on regular basis for your people, for your family, for our village, for our construct. Family, we are all we have. We all we got. Period. Let's stop manifesting the bullshit. Look within self, family. Look within self. And sometimes, you know, you have to recognize when self is not the one to look within. And that still requires you to look within self to do so, because it takes a strong man, woman, or either, you know, to be able to recognize that. It takes a very, very strong, wise person, Not saying that you are intelligent to the peak potential when you recognize such or so, but you have enough wisdom to recognize that particular key thing, which is going to open the doors for you to gain these other things, which are very, very vital for you to know. Much love, family. Much love. Much love.